Hello and welcome to Neat Me Debt Free. My name is Hannah and this is my space to talk about my family's finances. So today's video is an update, first update to our March 2021 budget. If you're new here, welcome. I am a spreadsheet budgeter and I do budget chronologically. So from the beginning of our month to the end. And we're also kind of in a period of transition. So we are about to close on our house. So this month's budget is going to be a little weird with a lot of edits, with a lot of money going in different places. So you've kind of joined in at a very exciting time for us. If you are returning, thank you. And if you watched my setup for the month of March, you know that I left a lot of space. I left a lot of extra money. Usually I try to get close to a zero-based budget, but I didn't really allocate money because I wanted to make sure we had enough cash on hand for all the potential things that could be going on. And really this first update is going to show you just kind of how this month is going to go. There are a lot of things I had to add in, and so I'm really glad we had that space. And so that being said, let's go ahead and jump straight in. So we do keep a $300 buffer in a savings account linked to our main checking account. And then our paychecks are direct deposited in. Okay, so I was able to accurately predict my paycheck and my husband's. So both of us have full-time jobs. I'm paid hourly, so my rate tends to fluctuate depending on what's going on with my schedule. My husband is salaried, but his also fluctuates depending on extra meetings or whatever else he may be going on. But we're paid once a month. So our budget resets the day we get paid from those jobs. And so generally it's the last day of the month or the last Friday of the month. So yeah, that's where we are at. So this is going to be these two only. So the current house that we are in, the rent is $15.45. That doesn't change. Our sinking funds, that I kept the same allowances. We each get $100, vacation fund, and our car fund. These are savings accounts. Vacation, just in case we end up wanting to go somewhere. Car fund, this is for a potential brand new car. Both of our cars are a little bit older, so I like to make sure that we're saving a little bit so that if a car were to break down completely, we wouldn't be up a creek somewhere. I am contributing a little bit to my Roth. Groceries. So I do not do cash envelopes. These 4 categories get transferred into a separate checking account and we debit out from there. Okay, so these you can see where the budgeted was 0. These are ones that I added in. And so there was a surplus of over $3,000. So what I ended up doing was just moving it into a general moving savings fund. And that's going to be kind of our catch-all for all the expenses for the new house. So we've already wired the down payment and I had overshot it by quite a bit. And so that money left over from the down payment is getting rolled into this moving fund, which we also had a moving savings fund, plus we got a generous gift from my in-laws, plus after we hit our savings goal for the down payment of the house, I've been squirreling a little bit of money in there. So this is quite large. I'll do a separate video breaking down the moving budget and all this stuff. But because I did end up adding some more to that pot, we're going to account for it here because it came from the money from our paychecks. So nothing was budgeted, but I moved $3,000 into that account. Last month we had a elementary school kid cut our lawn. He came back to do a little bit more work, so my husband gave him $60. Kids had dance class. At $70. And unfortunately, our kids' dance studio is going to be shutting down at the end of this month. So this line item will be going away. True up. That's for our solar. And then my husband's life insurance. 67. Pest control was $30. Water and trash ended up being only $80. 17. And the other ones were not budgeted amounts. So, when it rains, it pours, right? We've got a lot of transition. We've had a lot of things going on in our personal lives. Well, of course, getting sick had to get added in. So last week, the kids and myself and my husband, all of us got sick, and the kids are back in person. And so if they show symptoms, they have to go get tested. So it ended up being a $20 copay for each kid. So $40 there. My daughter was really not feeling well. She kind of got the sickest out of everyone. Had to go get some medicine and some stuff like that. And so that ended up coming to, So that was some unbudgeted stuff. Thankfully, it's not COVID. So I'm grateful for that, but it was a pretty nasty cold. I still have a little bit of hoarseness in my voice. But yeah, and we'll be able to get reimbursed for this. I just have to file the paperwork. So right now we're just going to pull it and cash flow it. These last two unbudgeted things, I knew that they were coming up. I just didn't know the exact amount and when it was going to fall or when I was going to pay for it. So I have CEUs that I have to do for my license. So I paid for that. And my license renewal itself was $190. And so I do keep track of like these irregular bills that come up every couple years or so under my annual spreadsheet. So I have it used to be part of a sinking fund, and now I've decided I think we should just cash flow these items just for simplicity, but I still keep track of them. So I'll flip over there really quickly. So I have an overview of the whole year, and it's got my brain for everything. And so here where it says irregular bills, I have the months and I have this, I don't know what you want to call it, the categories. So my nursing license is every 2 years. I said it was next due in 2021, which is this year. And then the next time, 2023. Oops. But right here, so this is, you can see March. I put in that my CEUs were $29.95 and the Board of Registered Nursing was $190. So it's a total of $219.95. So that way I know what I paid in the past. This is just me keeping track so that I can kind of anticipate how much money I'm going to need. And so if I'm not going to be able to make it, I can pull some money from the month before and set it aside, stuff like that. Anyways, so for this is going to be D5 minus the sum of D6 D26. Woo! I think that's the lowest I've cut it in a while. So looking towards the rest of the month, I should get another $560 here. I won't get anything. I actually ended up calling in for the first time ever. Sum of D27, D28. And this will be D29 minus the sum D30, 30. Okay. Oops. And then this equals the sum. Oops, no, this equals D35 minus the sum of D. Oops. Okay. So I think this will be $50. I'm not sure. We've had some. So last month it spiked up because our contract had ended, and then my husband renegotiated our Comcast bill back down. So I think he said he negotiated it to 50, and then we've already set up an appointment at the new house for them to move it. But I think it's going to go up another $10. I'm not sure. So that's going to change. But the rest of these should be pretty consistent. It's crazy how, how much things have changed in this beginning portion. But yeah, so that's where we're at. So we only have $272.81 left in our main account. Crazy. But we have our uncashed envelopes, I like to call them, with our groceries and all that stuff. And I've been accounting for all that. And I can show you guys how I've been tracking our expenses. You know, if you've been around, you know that I've been trying to be more diligent. And so for our groceries, we have $346.59 left. We have $48.20 in our eating out category. We've only gotten gas in my husband's car, and then I need to probably get some gas tomorrow. But yeah, those are the 4 that I really track. I had been, making a long list to have it all together, but with things being so chaotic, I feel like I'm just better off keeping track of it here, just for my sanity. But anyways, if you made it this far, thank you so much for hanging around, and I will see you in the next one.